I could see no way that I could have a baby. So I just assumed, well, I can't be gay because there's obviously some physical difference.
Oh my God, Graham, this is making my heart hurt.
Porn isn't the same as sex. Do you know what I mean? The way that people have sex in porn isn't that. Don't expect sex to be like that.
Yeah.
When you go to public toilets, I always amazed. I always go, wow, somebody walked out of this cubicle going, there you go.
That's good.
Yeah, done and dusted. Hello. Oh, you're just in time. You nearly missed us. It's time for another episode of Wanging On with me, Graham Norton, and a nearly dead Maria McErlane.
You made me jump.
I put the heart across you.
You did. You did put the heart across me. Graham, the other day I was watching that clip. Do you remember that taxi driver that went to pick up somebody at the BBC, was mistakenly taken for somebody who was there to talk about tech news?
Yes.
And he got wheeled into the studio. Why didn't he say, no?
I love it. Because his little face, I just love the expression on his face when he realises. Because I think up until they asked him the question, I think he still thought he was going to get a passenger.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, they're making me sit on this sofa in front of cameras.
Are you Sophie? Are you Sophie? Are you Sophie? Yes, Guy Goma, his name was. And it still makes me laugh even now.
Yeah, it is.
So I wanted to know from you, because you've been doing this for a very, very long time. What sort of gaffes have you ever done on air?
Because I do so little live. I mean, Radio 2, when we were doing similar things to this on Radio 2, sometimes we'd have a sad problem, and then we'd play a really inappropriate song afterwards.
I know, because we would
living in a box or something.
Yeah, we would be trying to stop ourselves weeping, and then living in a box would come on.
Yeah, sorry. We apologise for our choice of song. My favourite one was my first ever live show on the BBC. It was a programme called Strictly Dance Fever. It was kind of a non-celebrity version of Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
And so I'd never done a live show. It did my first BBC show.
You got the earpiece in and everything.
Got the earpiece in. It's all going great. We've rehearsed it. It's gone really well. We're about to go live, and the Pope died. And
selfish.
I know. So we're being delayed because there's going to be a news flash from Rome, One of the judges was an Italian dancer who threw himself against a wall.
Are you kidding?
Il Papa è morte! And,
I hope they got that on camera.
Sadly, no.
No.
Il Papa è morte! And then while we're kind of getting ready to go on, post news flash, they're saying to me, okay, there will be no applause. You just start that, and then they go, okay, there will be applause, but no cheering. In your opening bit, go focus on the excitement and the tension of the competition rather than. So I'm like, whatever we're doing, we're having a dancing competition, and the Pope's dead. Yeah. That's what's happening.
We cannot ameliorate that.
But what no one had kind of figured out was the opening sequence of our show. Okay, so there's a man in a suit, dark suit, in Rome going, Pope John Paul, blah, blah, dead. And then it fades to black with just, Pope John Paul and the dates. And then it goes to black because the opening of our show is a black screen onto which me in a white suit, clippy-clops, walks on and pulls down a big lever that starts all this neon going off.
You're the new Pope. That's how you got ordained.
But it made me laugh. It was a baptism of fire. You've done a lot of live radio, I know.
Yes, I did. I don't think Alistair Campbell has ever forgiven me for once. I did his show, and he was talking about, it was a 2-hour show at midnight, so nobody was listening, talking about the unions, and there was a rail strike, and I wasn't really paying attention because it was midnight, and I was thinking, you were probably very, very attractive when you were younger, but you're looking a little bit drink-addled, even though you've given up. And then he just turned to me and said, Maria, what are your thoughts? And I had to say, really sorry, Alistair, wasn't listening. And he just looked like he wanted to kill me.
Well, because he did.
Yes, no.
He must have been thinking, who booked her?
Yeah, no.
Who thought this was a good idea?
This is all fair comment. Do you remember when we did Virgin and we used to do our little chitty chats and they said to us, when the Queen died, no chitty chats of hilarity, but can we do some stories about the Queen?
Did we?
We had to do stories about the Queen. And luckily, one of my gay friends was an under-butler at the palace.
Oh, yes.
And so told me lots of stories about, you know, doing the gay Gordons.
And you spoke very movingly about our late Queen.
Did I?
No!
Well, we were telling nice stories about the Queen, what a lovely lady she was, and how her dresser Angela used to get the shoes.
I saw her on a stamp once.
Her dresser Angela used to get the Queen's shoes and wear them in for her, so they weren't ouchy.
Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, she'd have been so happy those stories being told on the radio. just before we played Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh, the Sex Pistols, long live the Queen, the fascist regime.
No, I must say, I was very happy, though, that we were at Virgin when she died rather than the BBC. The BBC, it's so difficult. It's because...
Well, the BBC used to constantly run kind of dummy days where if one of the royals died, they'd know what to do. I mean, you know, wear a black tie, be a bit solemn, really. That's it. But they would have run-throughs, and I think they still do that, run-throughs of, you know, if this person dies, if that person dies. And there was a level of sort of solemnity for each one, with obviously the Duke of Edinburgh, who died first, and then the Queen being...
Yes, we used to come in somebody on a Saturday, and we'd be like, oh, there's a lot of people here. And it would be, we were rehearsing the worst possible day.
And they had sort of code names for it as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
When we were last here, I got off the train and there was the announcement saying, is Mr. Sands in the building? Is Mr. Sands in the building?
That's a fire thing,
I
isn't it?
always thought that was a fire thing.
Unless there's somebody called Mr. Sands,
Well,
then that's very unfortunate.
I would change my name.
Yes, if you're Mr. Sands, you shouldn't really work in the theatre because...
Well, they use it everywhere, don't they? It's like a generic term. And I think everyone knows that. Don't let everybody get panicky. But Mr. Sands, everyone knows that term. But nobody seemed to rush anywhere. And then I didn't see it on the news. I was just thinking, oh, that's selfish. I've got to get home later.
Oh, no, not a fire. Guess what, Maria?
Yes.
We are going to, hopefully with no terrible errors, try and give some so-so advice.
I live for the errors.
Well, letters are incoming shortly. First letter, here we go.
Yes, thank you very much. Here we go.
There we go. I mean, I know we're giving advice. We can't unfold paper.
Don't start with me this early. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Dear Graham and Maria, we have a dear friend who not only is great fun to get together with, but is also an amazing cook. He will literally spend 48 hours preparing food when he organises a lunch or dinner for our small group of friends. And it seems that every time he improves on the prior delivery. That is not the dilemma. We are selfishly happy with that part of the story. Good for you. Now, the real problem lies in our friend's toilet manners. He is quite a tall and big chap, so when he goes to the potty, he tends to leave quite an impression. We can live with the temporary odours, which ventilators were invented for, but the crux of our problem is that he consistently will leave a mark behind on the seat. Not inside the toilet, but on the rear of the seat. Gods! He either does not notice it or refuses to clean after finishing his duties. We have found ourselves having to clean behind him, both in our house, where we have politely nudged him to use the restroom in the basement, and in his own flat, which only has one bathroom. We simply don't want other guests to think it was us creating the brownish work of art after we use the restroom. How would you approach this sensitive topic? His food is too good to miss, and he is really a gentle giant. Single before you ask. No shit, Sherlock.
No, lots of.
Plenty of shit, Sherlock. We eagerly await your help, and that is from Mark and his wife in Chicago, Illinois. She doesn't get a name check, I'm afraid.
She's begged him not to name check her.
Please.
She's busy cleaning a toilet. I must say, I've lost my appetite. I'm not sure I'd want his delicious food now.
Well, you know, if you put the two together, because I'm thinking if he's not going to clean up that, he's probably not washing his hands.
No. But also, do you know how he's leaving this mark?
Yes, I do.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
Because I thought, does he have a tail?
No. Yes.
And that he hasn't mentioned to anyone.
Yes. Mark hasn't thought to pop that in.
Yeah, he just curls it up and pops it back in his pants.
Because he's tall and quite big, what he's doing, Graham, is he's...
This is I can't wait to hear this.
Okay.
No, genuinely, I am interested because it seems to me so mysterious.
Okay, I've done it myself. There, I said it. You sit too far back. You sit too far back for the trajectory of the, poo
Yes.
to come out. So it sort of crashes into or deposits on the back of the seat, because instead of kind of sitting over the area, I'm having to demonstrate this, over the area.
With actual shit.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been this morning, so if you don't mind, instead of going over the actual toilet bowl, you're sitting too far back, largely because he's big and
he'll
tall.
have a very long knee-to-hip ratio.
Very long knee-to-hip ratio, and also probably quite a large buttock area.
And he eats all that rich food.
So therefore, but how you don't know that, most people, would you say, turn round and check either that everything's in order or,
also,
wow, that's a big one.
No, but also he must be covered in it.
Well, that's what I mean. It doesn't really bear thinking about.
I mean...
Maybe he's a non-wiper.
Mark and wife, I don't know if in Chicago you have Deliveroo, but I'd go that route.
Well,
and just dump him.
It's a dilemma because the food is gorgeous, Graham, and we really enjoy it. And every time we go, he makes a bigger effort in both areas.
Yeah. Wow.
I just think this is something that you have to hit on, and if you're hit on head first, if you're good friends, you have to say, hey, let's call him Bob. Hey, Bob, you know, when you go to the loo, I think you're doing a little bit on the back of the seat, just to let you know.
I mean, I think, isn't it the thing where, and it's awful, because if you bring it up, hopefully he'll be mortified. Hopefully he'll be really embarrassed. But it's once. You just say it the once.
And then he's looking forever.
And then hopefully he'll never do it again.
I think also British people have a much more direct approach concerning anything to do with poo, because we're quite fond of that notion. You know, when people go on holiday, they go, have you been today? Like Americans wouldn't think of checking whether or not you're regular. So I think it's more of a horrible thing for them to say than it would be for us.
Well,
but
you don't need to ask friend, do you? Have you been today? You know he's been.
Yeah, but no. You know that we are quite obsessed. We like farts. We laugh a lot at fart jokes, and poo we also find funny. So you do have to just say, look, Bob, this is a bit embarrassing for me to say, but you are leaving something behind on the actual toilet seat, not in the bowl, on the seat. Just thought I'd tell you that once. Anyway, I'm just off to wash my hands.
Yeah, which you can do if you'd like.
But especially before you make us that delicious food.
But I can't believe that they still want to eat his food when he's smearing crap all over the toilet and then staggering out to do some chopping.
I can't believe that he goes to do a number 2 so late in the day, so consistently.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks, Mom.
It's like every time they're round for dinner, he's leaving something on
this rich food goes straight through him. You know what he's like.
Shall we see what the wangers say? I don't think they're going to be very sympathetic to Mark.
Can I just say, I don't think we got that graphic or disgusting during that. We've been much worse than this.
Stephen in Glasgow says, does the private dining experience outweigh the clean-up afterwards? If it does, then get the clothes pegs out and start scrubbing. If it doesn't, then go out for a meal so he can shit on their seats. Then at least someone will be getting paid to clean that up. Not enough, frankly.
Oh.
Nobody needs to do that for someone else.
Isn't it funny? When you go to public toilets, I always think, wow, somebody walked out of this cubicle going, there you go.
That's good.
Yeah, done and dusted. I find that baffling.
Yeah.
That people kind of think that's okay.
When you say people, you mean men.
Well, and you.
Only in my own home. And no, I didn't walk out going, that's okay.
No, you're exactly.
I went, oh my goodness, where's the bleach? And then I fell over because I was drunk.
You drank the bleach and were hospitalized.
Donna, in America, we say, holy crap. And in this case, it fits the dilemma perfectly. What a tough one. However, it does need to be addressed. Place disinfectant wipes in the bathroom so there's something readily available for cleanup. Well, that's no point if he doesn't know that he's doing it.
You could pop a post-it on it. These are for you, Bob.
We're calling him Bob.
Yeah.
I think, yes, what about a laminated form just above the toilet cistern?
Oh, yes.
Saying, please check the loo seat before leaving.
Yes.
And use these.
If you're called Bob and very tall. If your knee-to-hip ratio is the same as Bob's, please check you haven't shat on the toilet seat.
Rachel says, hey, my cistern has a really weak flush. Can you just make sure... Oh, she says, say this. Hey...
I thought Rachel was just telling us about her cistern.
Yeah, so did I.
Wow. So what do we look like, plumbers?
Rachel says, say, hey, my cistern has a really weak flush. Can you just make sure you use the brush if the poop sticks? Yeah, but it's not in the bowl.
Let Rachel
Okay. If your friends have a sense of humour, say... Be like MI6 and leave no evidence behind when you go to the loo. Make sure suitable equipment is in the loo for use. And if you find he ignores this, I suggest you get acquainted with the Uber Eats. Very good.
Yeah, I'm so with Rachel.
And Richard says, what a shitty problem. Mm-hmm. A relationship literally on the skids. It's a really crappy thing. Do not tease Richard. It's a really crappy thing to have to deal with, but just tell him, in all seriousness, this is a man-to-man conversation.
Oh, yeah.
No disrespect to you. No disrespect to you lady listeners, but us men can handle poo.
And then make food.
That is quite a yucky one, isn't it, to kick off with, frankly.
We don't know what letter 2 is. Number 2. We don't know what it is. This might be the highlight of our day.
Oh my goodness!
This could be elevated erudite chat compared to what's coming. Mark and wife. I like the anonymous wife.
Nameless wife.
Yeah, she's in a witness protection program. Never say my name again. Maybe there's some helpful advice in that. I think really all the advice is saying, you've got to say something. It's horrible. I do think maybe leaving some disinfectant wipes and even with a note on them, don't use his name, but just say, we've had some...
I think it's a conversation that you have where you say, Bob, just come with me for a moment. And then you say, listen, I think because you're so tall, you're not... anyway, it's on the loo seat quite often when you go.
Yeah.
So you kind of point to the area because he might think, ooh, do they mean I'm leaving sort of skiddies in the bowl? But it's not. It's on the seat where people will sit afterwards.
It's so mysterious. I just don't really understand it. Hey, if you've got a problem like Mark's, well, not exactly like Mark's, dear God, then you could get in touch. You could just email us, wangingon@listen.co.uk, and we will promise to give you some so-so advice. Now, I am told that I'm in a position to guarantee that our next letter has nothing to do with poop. Hurrah! In a moment. Maria, how do wangers get these episodes as soon as they drop?
Oh, well, you see, Graham, you can tap follow on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube or your podcast app of choice.
Totally free.
Plus, on Spotify, you can tap the little bell icon and then you get notified when a new episode drops.
They really have thought of everything. What a world, Maria.
That's every Monday, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed there's now a fly? We've just talked about shit and a fly's arrived.
Exactly. That's why I'm looking around thinking, when was Raffi last here? He left a deposit.
Oh, he didn't even in a drawer.
Forgot.
Oh, I haven't seen that dog in months.
Hello, Raffi. Oh. Say nothing. Say nothing.
Say nothing.
No one will notice. Okay, letter numero 2. Dear Graham and Maria, I recently borrowed my son's laptop to do some work while mine had a flat battery. I had been on it for less than 5 minutes when I found 2 adult web addresses in his history and some pornographic search items in his Google bar. He's 17 and such a good boy. I've never had any trouble with him. I'm just so surprised. And it feels really weird. I didn't click on the porn sites, so I don't know what he's watched, but his search terms didn't look problematic as such. I can't get it out of my mind, and he'd be mortified if I asked him about it. I have no idea what I'd say anyway. Am I supposed to just forget about it? Impossible. Or try and sit him down for a chat? Awkward. Part of me thinks I should delegate this to his father, but then he likes to avoid uncomfortable conversations even more than I do. Quelle surprise. Help, please. And that is from Beth. Beth, you might have been using the computer. Nobody told you to check his history.
But she has now.
Yeah, she has now. Also, he's 17. You know, you either find a magazine under his pillow with...
Like the olden days.
Like the olden days with ladies and men's bits.
Some hieroglyphics, some really naughty hieroglyphics.
They were doing it in the caveman era.
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
they?
Mammoth. Oh, look at that hairy mammoth.
I think he's 17. He's almost an adult. You know, he's going to look at porn sites. That is inevitable. That is kind of a given. You can't do anything about it, and it just proves he's a healthy young man that needs to, you know.
I mean, I think it's sweet that Beth goes, I'm just so surprised.
Don't be.
I'm surprised that you were surprised.
Yeah.
You've got a 17-year-old young man living in your house. Porn will be accessed. I think the only thing you can do as a parent, given that you're saying he's not, his search terms aren't problematic and all that sort of stuff, is to somehow... I think the thing to tell a young person is that porn isn't the same as sex. Do you know what I mean? The way that people have sex in porn isn't that. Don't expect sex to be like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of young people do worry, both men and women, worry that what they see on porn sites is how it is, and it's so not how it is.
And also, don't be like that with women when you actually have a real woman in your life or a real man, whatever he's looking for. And I think there's a way of having that conversation that never references that you saw his search history or that he's using porn.
Yeah.
Like you could be watching something on TV and it might come up, or just I think that there's a way.
Beth sounds like a person though that doesn't really want to broach that subject at all.
Yes.
And her husband even less so. So, I mean, some people find it very difficult to talk about sex to their children because in their heads, that little boy who's now 17 is still a little boy. Yeah. My little boy, who's kind of unsullied by all of that stuff. You need to get over that, Beth. He's going to watch porn. If you want to have a conversation with him, just say, by the way, just remember porn films are not like real life, and be kind to women, not like they are in the porn films.
Yeah. And it will, yes, and it will never be, don't expect it to be performative in that way and all that sort of stuff. But you're right, because Beth is genuinely surprised her 17-year-old son is having a wank, I doubt that she will be comfortable, you're right, bringing up the subject of porn and how it misrepresents sex. Maybe you could make the father step up to the plate or something. Or maybe, do they talk about this stuff in school? You feel like they should.
Don't think so.
In some sort of, don't they do some sort of sex education?
Well, I think he's a bit old for that now. At 17, normally you have that sort of conversation when you're about, or that teaching.
Well, I thought the teaching happened way after you all knew what was going on anyway.
Well, yes, but I mean, we had a bit of stuff about, birds and bees. And if mummy really loves daddy, then a thing happens. But we didn't have any graphics on that.
Yeah.
It was just a thing happens and he will put a baby in mummy's tummy, which freaked me out even more. It's like, where did he get the baby from?
Well, I can remember a teacher once asked us, was telling us a bit about, people, birds and bees and lying down with each other. And
lying down.
And people have been asking him questions and he obviously didn't he wasn't enjoying this conversation. So he wanted to move on. So somebody raised their hand and went, can gay people, or probably homosexuals, they'd have said, can homosexuals have babies? And he said yes. But in a kind of like, I think maybe he went that, they're they're fertile, like, or, you know,
Oh, yeah.
a lesbian is a woman who can have a baby, or a gay man is a man who produces sperm, da, da, da. But in my head, I thought, oh, right. Okay. So they're like a third sex. They're kind of the fact that gay people can have babies. And I could see no way that I could have a baby. So I just assumed, well, I can't be gay because there's obviously some physical difference.
Oh my God, Graham, this is making my heart hurt.
Well, all I would say is teachers need to be very careful what they say to stupid children like me.
Well, and also by kind of not mentioning the full thing and sort of going round the houses with when mummy and daddy really love each other, sometimes they lie down and then a baby comes and you just think, what? You know, they have to be clear because there will be more questions.
Yeah.
And then they normally say, as yours did, no questions. I will be taking no questions at this time.
Yes, before the gay people have babies, I can't remember what his story was, but it was something about a flower bed. That that was in the bed he was talking about. And
Flowers?
Flowers. I guess it was, I don't know.
Was this specifically only for gay people to be in a flower bed?
No, yeah.
Everyone's in a flower bed before a baby comes.
I think something like that.
I love that you thought that through and thought there's a third sex.
Well, because he said they're going to have babies, and I was like, well, I can't have a baby. So
you were thinking, where could it come out?
Yes.
Shall I see what the Wangs have to say?
I hope they're all very kind to Beth, because Beth seems to me like a very sweet woman who has. I feel for Beth because for her, 17 years have flown by.
Of course.
They have flown by.
He's still her baby.
And now she's having to face this moment of, oh, he's a grubby man.
Yeah, get with
Sorry,
the program,
Beth.
Beth. Get with the program, lady. Oh my God. Yes, there it is. Okay. Andrew the barge dweller.
Oh, yes.
Not, in brackets, in Amsterdam. He is almost a fully grown adult. His behaviour is normal. Any advice you might have sensibly offered about porn and sex should have been given years ago. True that. Try minding your own business, as you should have done in the first place, not nosing about in his history. You finding the knowledge difficult to live with is a small punishment for your inability to grasp his autonomy and respect it. Oh, Andrew is pulling no punches there.
I think, Andrew, you're being a bit unfair. The laptop was there, it was open. It's not like reading a diary,
It kind of is.
I don't think so. Not if it's open. They've obviously, this isn't the first time they've ever used each other's laptops, and he uses it at school. Other people are going to look at this laptop, so don't be surprised if somebody sees your search history.
Johanna in Malaga says, you've got nothing to worry about. He's a teenager and he's got the internet, and curiosity about porn is normal. I'd be less worried about the porn and more concerned that he doesn't know to use incognito browsing or to wipe his search history. So make sure to explain the need for private browsing for searches of a personal nature, and make sure he also knows that school, university and future workplace computers are not okay for this. That's actually quite good advice.
That's really good advice.
Why didn't we think of that?
Isn't it funny that both our problems have come down to wiping?
We're obsessed. We are obsessed. Very good joke.
That is very good advice.
Yeah,
though.
no, that's good. Yeah. That's the way to approach it, I think, just to say.
Oh, by the way, going forward.
Going forward. Who are you again? Oh, my son.
As you wank into the future.
V says, he's simply curious. It's okay. If you're uncomfortable, delegate this to his father. But someone talk to him about porn versus reality at least. Nothing wrong otherwise. True.
Damien's going to talk dirty to us.
Okay, so as a father of two boys of a similar age, I think this is perfectly normal for them to be exploring their sexuality in this way. And you have to ask yourself, who is the conversation for? And if you're trying to get him to stop doing it, I don't think that's going to work, and could potentially make it worse if he thinks sex is a bad thing. Instead, have an open and honest conversation if you want to have one, and pick the person who's best able to do that. Gender doesn't matter. Keep it short, sweet, get it over with for all concerned, but let him know that he can always ask questions if he has any.
That's not bad advice. Yeah. You don't want to shame him.
No.
But I do think it's just, I think explaining what porn is and what it's for is a useful thing to do.
I do think that there's a feeling of, I don't want to sully my relationship with him in some way, because by bringing sex into it, because you don't want to acknowledge that this little boy is now grown and, as you say, has turned into a grubby man.
Yeah.
Kate in Pembrokeshire says,
yes.
as a mother of 3 daughters, aged 22, 20 and 18, I implore you to get over the awkwardness and have open conversations with him. Your son is 17. Perfect. You can do this while you're teaching him how to drive or when he's a passenger in the never-ending taxi that you're running. Car chats work. This is good advice. They're much easier than face-to-face, and he can't escape. We're very lucky to have an open and honest relationship with our daughters. I cherish our chats. I've encouraged friends who are mothers of boys to talk to them about consent, contraception, and porn. And without exception, they've said it was a positive experience. It's a privilege to be a parent, but it's a responsibility too, and it's our job to bring up decent humans. So that's all very true, Kate.
Oh, round of applause for Kate in Pembrokeshire. Also wise. I think that
a little bit smug.
The car chats are... Maria hates her because she's nice and clever and insightful. No, I think...
I cherish the chats I have with my daughters. I know, I'm being mean.
Yeah, you really are.
Am I? Sorry, Kate.
I think Kate's absolutely bang on the money because, it is a responsibility. It's a pleasure to be a parent, but it is a responsibility. And I think car chat is genius.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Anything can be discussed in the car because you're both looking forward going, I'm not going to look at you, I'm not going to look at you.
Yeah, and you can't slam a door, you can't run up the stairs, you can't
get out of the car. Well, you'd be silly if you did.
Yeah.
No more porn for you.
Yeah. Problem solved.
I mean, there will be a bit of, Mum, don't talk to me about that.
When one door opens, a window closes. Beth, thank you so much for sharing your dilemma. I hope you enjoyed that advice. I thought it was really thoughtful and great by the Wangers, so thanks to them as well. And just in case Beth is reading, do leave your advice in the comment section below. We'd all like to know it. Right, coming up is Am I Weird, which is denoted by this very jingle.
Am I weird?
Today's Am I Weird, Graham, is an anonymous submission.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
You say that. Hi, Graham and Maria. When I go on holiday, I like to take my duvet with me. It's a single duvet, and I like to put it on...
The anonymity's making more sense now.
I don't know why. And I like to put it in its own hand luggage size suitcase. When in hotels or an Airbnb, I sleep on top of the duvet that they have provided and snuggle under my own. For shorter trips, I don't take it, but longer trips and ones where we're using a car, I like to bring it along. Am I weird?
I would say stay in nicer hotels.
Yes, is it about hygiene, do you think? Because she's sleeping on top of something that's riddled with
Yes, in
nastiness.
fact, it's worse to sleep on top of it,
I feel
thought.
that too.
Yeah.
That's going to crawl up and inside you.
Ooh.
But I think sometimes people do feel a bit kind of like hygiene. How many people have slept in this bed before me? How many, all of that. So that is obviously giving Anonymous a false sense of security by taking her own duvet.
But also, it's a weird thing is that like the people take their own pillows on trips.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I guess if it helps you enjoy your trip, if you're having a nicer time because you brought your duvet or your pillow, then good luck to you. I'm just very glad I don't have this problem.
Yeah, I don't have this problem either. And I think I've always tried to avoid all of those things because seeing people who take their own pillows and kettles and tea bags on holiday, you see them on the plane with them,
Yes.
our own tea bags, and we bought some Bovril as well. I kind of think, please God, don't let me be one of those people.
I know someone who, when they travel, they bring their own plate because they can only eat eggs off that plate.
Well, you see, that is weird. That's,
I'm hoping they write in.
Yeah, we mustn't ever let these things creep into our psyches because it's a slip of a fly.
It's Bob Shitfly.
Bob should fly. Yes, I think it's be careful because it will be a duvet and then next it will be a bowl or something like
It's in
that.
your hair now.
Don't. It'll never get out with that much lacquer in.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's got heavy little feet now. I'm a fly, but I cannot fly.
I heard some people talking about shit. I thought I'd pop by because I'm a shitty fly. And what are we saying to the weird? I think it's just one of those things that becomes a habit.
Yes.
We must try and avoid those things.
I think if you don't have to do it on short trips, I would try to wean yourself off it. Because, luggage is the greatest bore about travel. And you're giving yourself literally extra luggage. So I think try and wean yourself off it. You're not weird, but I think you're making your life more difficult, not better.
Yeah.
I would say.
You're absolutely right, Graham, because it's not necessary every single time. It's not saying I can't actually sleep unless I have my blankie.
Yeah. My own duvet.
Single duvet.
Oh, yeah, single duvet.
In its own suitcase.
I mean, it would have been much worse in the olden days when she had to bring blankets, sheets, and eider down.
Yes.
Now it's just a duvet.
Duvet. Do you remember the days of sheets and blankets?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I do. They were exhausting.
I was a chambermaid and had to deal with sheets and blankets. And shit.
Oh, yes. And Bob's big brown streak.
There's nothing I ain't seen, Graham, while I was chambermaiding.
And on that disgusting note, we end this episode of Wanging On with Graham and Maria.
Do remember, we're not experts and nobody thinks we are, ever. So if you need genuine help, seek it from the proper channels. You can find more information on my Instagram bio, which is @WangingOn. You think I'd know it by now, but no.
Wanging On with Graham and Maria is a platform media production. I got it in one, goddammit. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.